In 1867, St Jude's Church in Ebutimeta, now a cathedral, was born from a remarkable history. At that time, the landscape that later became the nation of Nigeria was undergoing significant changes in all facets. Fleeing persecuted new convert Christians, refugees, displaced from Fule Egbaland in Abeokuta, found solace in this part of Lagos, forever marking it as Agoegba.
One Reverend Valentine Faulkner was given the task of leading the refugees to this place. So the entire area around here is called Agoegba.
They sought and found safety and began the monumental task of establishing a church. In 1869, the effort came to fruition when St Jude's Church was dedicated. Now a cathedral, the church stands as a testament of the early Christian missionary activities that took roots in Nigeria, forever shaping the religious landscape of the region. Education held a significant place in the hearts of the missionaries. Their devotion to spreading knowledge and faith laid a strong foundation for St Jude's School as offshoot of St Jude's Church, a legacy that has endured to this day.
It was the best primary school on the mainland at that time.
We were very well grounded in Anglicanism. Most of the liturgy in Anglicanism were taught right from school. In fact, during that our time, if they are going to mention 3 schools in the entire Lagos, I'm talking about even, Lagos Island too. Before they mention 3 schools in Lagos, they must mention St. Jude School.
The school was a school.
Not one of the best, but the best.
Now, when we were at St. Jude's, we used to sing a song, Okay, Gajoke. St. Jude's Gajuwonlo.
In the midst of these pews, some of the elderly amongst us were born and raised right here at St. Jude's. As they aged, their offsprings, the youth, resistance to long Yoruba services in the main, as well as absence of vibrant youth-centric church activities, over time began to leave the church. Their reasons sound and justifiable. Thankfully, the church management have been on a mission of reinventing the activities of the church, which in turn has been attracting them back.
Yes, some of our children left, but quite a number of our children, they stayed behind and they were useful in the church. We try to engage the youth, the teens in the Sunday school with several activities. Retreat, God's Heritage, the yearly Children's Day. We establish IT center to get them ready for the world of today. Holiday coaching, where we engage over 200 children annually, preparing them for their next class.
We're going from academical, we're going from spiritual, we're going from social to financial, so it cuts across everything. We're running a laundry service now, just a way to empower the youth to get them job. It's just starting, but hopefully when we grow bigger, people get to be more employed and all. We're cutting across everything, and I say it's a work in progress.
I joined this church as a youth. My advice to the youth who are actually running out there is that God is everywhere. And again, our services are improved. We are welcoming them back.
For the youth, we have band. We also have band. They can sing different kind of contemporary songs like all these praises and so on. So we have the band there. For the old, we have the hymns, we have the anthems. It can be Yoruba, it can be Nigerian art music, it can also be classical music. So any of your choice, we have it.
Many people left before. Some are coming back gradually now. As for me and my house, we will remain Anglican.
Romans chapter 6 verse 4 reminds us, we are reborn through baptism, and sometimes a dramatic event can lead us back to where our hearts truly belong.
As young people at that time, we ran away, we wanted to break away because we didn't like the fact that the vicar of the church at that time was a member of Mason.
I mean, that was the main reason. But when we got to that other church, we attended their Bible class for 3 months. Then we went to witness their baptism. One woman was converted from Sango worship. They baptized her, and immediately she was coming out of the water. Some people were laughing at this woman, Yasango, and Yasango was coming out of there. Sango ni ọkàn Sango kẹ ẹni tó ń bọ̀ láti inú omi being baptized talking Sango. So that again pushed us, young people. Why should somebody they have been teaching for the past 6 months talk about Sango again? Then the person is an Englishman. He said, well, it's easy to take her out of Sango, but it's only the Holy Spirit that can take any evil spirit out of somebody. But that was why we came back to St Jude again.
Now, let's turn our attention to St Jude School. The founding fathers held education in high regard, and it flourished as one of the few esteemed institutions molding future leaders, from successful business owners to ministers, governors, diplomats, justices, etc. But are those decades of enduring school ethos still the order of the day?
If when you are coming to school on Monday, you'll be shaking. You ask you 2 times 2. Next, you miss it, you are going to be flogged. That's why you have a lot of dropouts, because it was terror. When you are going home on Fridays, you feel you are the happiest person. But on Sunday night, you are shivering. Hey, trouble is starting again on Monday.
You don't want to know part of it. Back then, skipping school. I was one of those guys that, after school, because they have so many vendors outside the school compound, we jump class, we go and hang out with those vendors. From there, there's a place they call Row Park, somewhere in Adekunle. We just go there, hang out, we skip school. Then when we decide to come back to school, we get caught. So we know that's going to be a big trouble for us.
A typical St. Jude boy, we know how to climb the wall. You don't need a ladder to climb the wall. When they are running after you, you know how to scale that wall. Even if you are as small as this. If they catch you before you get to the wall, it's a different thing. But once your hand is on the wall, they can't. Whatever use this tire, the string of tires to beat you then. Another person is a weaver, is an Ijesha man. He used to teach us weaving. When he wants to beat you, he will say, call Bobby. And at the same time he's beating you, he will say, put your hand in that water again. So it goes straight to your brain. They did a lot in repairing our life. Those are the people who shaped our life. At that time, we thought they were wicked.
Whenever vacation day, that they will give us a card. Hey, I will be scared stiff that the bigger boys, they will beat me. They are more don't first. So my mom will say, go to teacher about Sonia, you go and stay there. After getting your card, and I will come and pick you there so that they won't beat you. Because they know invariably I will come first.
For those who walked these hallowed halls, what has been the impact of the school on your life?
We were encouraged to study well, to read well, and not to have boyfriends.
Most of the things I gained from this school still stay with me, especially the discipline, praying after, all those things stay with me.
They gave us a lot of morals, biblical morals, normal morals. They taught us to be good children. Whether you're a Muslim or a Christian, we were taught the Christian way, and we were excelling there.
Today, the school's landscape is a stark contrast to its past.
The major problem we are facing in the school is just the floods. The whole pipe we have in the school is no more working. The toilet pipe and everything. So it's giving the school a hell of problem.
Whenever we go to competition, We always took first on second.
Our uncle always teaches us good and he is nice to us. I want more books and I want our certificate to look very good.
I had a meeting with the head teacher. She has told me many things that they lack in that school. And we've been able to support in a little way. We are promising them and we are believing in God. Whatever must be done, must be done.
The foundation laid in the minds of parishioners lasts a lifetime. To our founding fathers, Bible studies class was a cornerstone of life building, impacting not just church members, but also students of St Jude's Primary School who attend Bible classes. To make Sunday school, be it for the children or adults, engaging, we've added movies, competitions, and other innovative practices to our Sunday school sessions.
St. Jude's Sunday School was a fantastic place. I can never forget it in my life. And the way it molded my life spiritually. Apart from the fact that it nurtured me spiritually, it also instilled discipline into us. It taught us through poetry, drama, dances, recitation. St. Jude's Sunday School cannot be compared with any.
I don't think St. Jude's will never lack. Apart from our money, we will give time. Whenever I'm called on anything I can do, I will support them. Because that's where I got my foundation in life.
I decided to stay. One, because of the love I found among the congregation, not discriminatory.
Just been my joy, even outside the shore of Nigeria. Most places I have been to, I know you. Is it because of my marks? You say, no. Are you not from a particular St. Jude Church? Yeah, I went to one Sunday school. Hello, sweet. You have your family. When I see them going up, I know that God has already done it because the work we have been doing is not in vain.
The foresight of our founders on real estate investments yielded funds for the propagation of the gospel, including acquisition of the church's pipe organs.
Yes, it was assembled in 1953. We commissioned it in 1953 because then it was the biggest in West Africa. We bought it £15,000 then. It's a lot of money.
And other economic benefit to the church, although it's nearly slipped through our fingers.
We took the great foresight of the forefathers of the church to have acquired that parcel of land in a very strategic area like that.
So we have this property on Bornu Way. It's a large expanse of land. It's about over 8,500 square meters in the middle of Ibitimeta. It's essentially divided into two parts. We have one part that has flats on it and the other part is bare.
Circumstances made the church at that time to use that property for the purpose of raising resources.
Our forebearers in 1921 leased the property to Luigi Ambrosini for 99 years. Now, Luigi Ambrosini was a Lebanese man. He leased it to his company to make it more formal. His company leased it to Chikapa for 65 years and he left. Now, the agreement our forebearers had with him, he was supposed to pay annual rental to the church. I think he only paid it for some years and then he left. On the property, they were built by Chikapa and they used it for their staff, as staff quarters. Huge flats, very nice. They now took a loan from UBA and mortgaged the property, which they could because it was a long lease. And then they went bust. So when they went bust, UBA sold the loan to AMCON, as all loans were being sold to AMCON then. The reversionary interest is just a few years. So we need to inform them and stop them. So as God will have it, who was the chairman of AMCON at the time? He's a brother of mine. So let's get across to Dr. Bani. So I did. I called him.
The time that my attention was drawn to it by my Lord Honorable Justice Adebi for my intervention. And when I look at it, I discovered that really the lease had expired. What ought to be a copia was the unexhausted interest. Having exhausted it, the thing must revert back to the owner. So I had to intervene at the management and board level of the asset management company to say, look, this is a good case to return the asset back to the church. And somehow God granted us the grace to be able to navigate successfully through in returning the asset back to the church.
One day, lo and behold, Dr. Banire said, the letter is ready, returning the property to the church. And it was like magic. And I think God just kept Dr. Banire there for us.
We knew that it belongs to God, and what belongs to God cannot be taken over by other people. So we thank God and we praise Him.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 10, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. Reminds us of the foundation, and we've seen it develop over the years. The Cathedral of St Jude, seat of the Diocese of Lagos Mainland, stands as a testament to the dedication and commitment of our leaders.
3 churches have great impact on my Christian life. 2, incidentally, in my native city of Abeokuta. The church in Lagos that has impacted my life seriously twice is the current Cathedral of St Jude.
I am at home here. In a way, it holds, I'm sentimental about my relationship with the church, and sometimes that drives my passion for it.
Leadership always comes with challenges. What have our leaders faced in the past, and how do they navigate the present?
God give us the grace to be the pioneer bishop of Lagos Mainland, with the Cathedral Church of St Jude as the mother church.
As the second thing. Yeah, because you've met with people, at least, and the work continues progressively. Yes, though it was tough, but we thank God that pushing here and there, and with God's backing and people's willingness to serve, we were able to pull through.
Ebute Metta was almost at the center of Lagos, and the responsibility of the cathedral became bigger. Is the number one church in the diocese. So we have to make efforts too to be able to rise up to that challenge.
Taking care of our flock is a significant responsibility. How does the church fulfill this duty?
Not only in the church, everyone's. We give them gifts. We give them a lot of gifts, like 2 bags of yam. At times, we used to buy 2 bags of yam, 200 pieces. Then we buy gari, we buy rice, we buy indomie for children, and we give them clothes. During December time, we always give them new Ankaras, 6 yards each, fairly used clothes, a lot of them from the members. By now, we should be putting it in the bulletin. They know the time and they will come, and they are very happy anytime. Then, the sick people, there are some people, they don't even have money to do tests. And if they don't do tests, how would they know what is wrong with them and how to?
Women have long been the bedrock of our church, their unwavering dedication shaping our legacy. Notably, the steadfast participation in the weekly sacrifice card contribution has brought recognition to the church within the diocese. At times, our church has stood at the forefront, leading in contributions and setting an admirable example.
They carry the embargo of St. Jude. They want to maintain their culture. They are so proud of their history and so proud of their monumental achievements. Every event that has been going on is very fresh on the head of an average St. Jude woman, because they've been involved, they've been part of it, and then they look forward to even getting further and bigger than they were before. And then most of them are learned, which I can say I give to them. You will see the lawyers, doctors and all that, and even out of their way, out of their career path and all that, they go all out in attending to the work of God.
The return of St Jude Day unites our people, especially reigniting family bonding, and the anticipation is palpable. Our esteemed elders and parents in the church share their wisdom and messages with us.
Níjọ́sí yẹn, ọjọ́ ayọ̀ gan ni fún wa, ọjọ́ ayọ̀ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n mi mọ nǹkan tó dẹ̀ dé tí gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí tí kò ṣeé ṣe mọ́, ṣùgbọ́n ọjọ́ ayọ̀ ni gbogbo èèyàn máa ń fẹ́ kí ọjọ́ yẹn dé. Wọ́n lè jẹ communion, wọ́n á dẹ̀ tún ríra wọn, inú wọn á dùn.
In the final analysis, pragmatic evangelism and constantly positioning the cathedral to live up to today's life dynamics remain a continuum.
In the past, it was the unifying factor for the church. But when I got here, I discovered that it wasn't so again. Then last year, I told them that we will be celebrating it this year. I thank God for Justice Abukola Adebiyi. She keyed into that. And she has been doing this before. But for now, because of the fact that I wanted St. Jude Day to be re-established, she decided to bring this program to St. Jude Day. And we move on from here.
So, our challenges are legion, but the support of each of you brethren, no mountain can be too high to climb.
The critical area that the church requires help is in the area of financing to be able to sustain the various programs that the church has in place to cater not only for the souls of the parishioners, but also to cater to their increasing social welfare needs. In a land with limited help from government quarters, the church is shouldering a lot of responsibility in society, and St. Jude's is not an exception. St. Jude's requires help of the larger St. Jude's family, beyond those who currently worship there. There are some bequests that we have. We have some people who want to support church music. We have some people who want to support children's education. We have some people who want us to cater for the elderly. It is not enough to use the weekly or daily contributions that you have. So you need long-term funding to be able to carry out the long-term plans that we have. And that, we believe, we can get from a good number of those of us who are present here today. So we are asking you, come to Macedonia and help. Come to St. Jude Church, Ibutemeta, now the Cathedral of St. Jude, the cathedral that was predicted a long time ago, which has now been fulfilled. But as a cathedral, we must also stand on firm ground. And with the help of you people, that can only be realized.
Cathedral of St. Jude is a divine mission, one that must continue. We have shared the stories of the past heroes and living legends. What legacies will you leave behind? This is your chance to support the gospel. Make it count today and always. God bless you bountifully.